So what is the Ascension? Give me some detailed information and understanding that will bless us around the Ascension, what it is, what it looks like. In essence, the Ascension is an awakening of the pineal gland within the people, which allows them to see, to know, and experience deeper, more profound aspects of humankind, of their human existence. It is also a heightened frequency, energy of planet Earth. I'm seeing of the entire solar system, potentially the galaxy. Everything is raising, but the focus for us is on planet Earth. As ascension occurs, all things that do not arise in frequency, let me say this differently, as the frequencies arise, it's like the lower frequencies can't exist fully in the higher frequencies, so it is like brought to the awareness of humans to be addressed, to be looked at, to be cleared out. This happens internally on a personal level, as well as globally on a collective level. This happens physically, emotionally, mentally, which changes everything. It's not changes, it's like which awakens one to the spiritual planes more fully. It aligns more fully with the spiritual planes. It's like a union of the physical, emotional, mental with the spiritual more fully. You could look at the ascension as a destructive process, a destruction of the old, and an awakening into the new, into the higher realms, into the higher frequencies. On an individual level, it can feel quite intense for some. Yeah, got it. As everything that is coming to the surface is everything that has been hidden, that people are trying to avoid, trying to hide, trying to ignore, trying not to look at. This is what's being brought to the surface on an individual level and a global collective level. This is very uncomfortable for a lot of people. If they've been hiding it, if they've been trying to not look at it, it can be very uncomfortable because it is brings it to the surface to be seen, to be looked at. This needs to occur in order for ascension to happen, in order for the alignment of physical and soul to merge, to become one. It has to be looked at and addressed. If there's resistance in this, with this piece, then there's a lot of discomfort. It's like swimming against the current current is happening, the flow of the river is happening, and if you're swimming against it, it makes the journey a lot more challenging. The quickest way through ascension is surrender. It is relaxing the body and going with the flow of what is being brought up. It is surrendering the body, relaxing the body, resting the body, breathing into whatever is occurring in all moments and allowing it to be exactly as it is. What's going to assist is a lot of breath, body movement, meditation, pretty much anything that allows you to relax the body, relax the mind, and go with what is, go with the flow. Anything that's going to assist you in letting go of the resistance to what is occurring. Okay, talk to me about the first wave of ascension. What are the first wave of ascension people currently experiencing? Just give me more information about the first wave of ascension people. Okay, first off, it's larger than people. Okay, there's all kinds of beings, physical and non-physical, that are a part of the first wave of ascension, that are assisting the first wave of ascension. There's also beings of all densities. So plant life, mineral life, animal life. Because they are all a part of Earth and Earth is ascending, they are also ascending, the assisting in the ascension of the first wave. But let's talk specifically about the people. The first wave of ascension people range from those that are already holding high frequencies of energy, who are already beyond the fourth and fifth densities, to those who are just coming into the fourth density now. They are those who are committed to holding the frequency of love, holding the frequency of gratitude, holding the frequency of peace. They are those that are connecting more fully with the spiritual aspects of this journey. They are those who have already crossed the bridge of physical and spiritual, those who can hold both aspects, those who are bridging the gap between the spiritual and the physical. They are those that are not caught up in the hype of, the word isn't coming, the energy of this that I'm seeing and feeling is the hype of what's occurring on planet Earth currently, the getting lost in the right and wrong of it, the good and the bad of it. But rather those who are riding the wave, seeing the perfection in what is occurring, in choosing to see what we're all gaining from this, choosing to see the wholeness of what is occurring on planet Earth right now. And again, the first wave hasn't peaked yet, so there are more and more coming on board. The first wave continuously. As people choose out of the war, the duality, the opposites, and choose into the perfection of what is going on, they enter into the first wave of ascension. As people surrender out of control and embrace what is, they enter the first wave of ascension. And more will be doing this until we peak. The peak is about, at this point, it is about right around maybe 5 months from now. Somewhere between 4 and 6, but most likely right around 5. What month is that, hon?
November.
So that's right around November. End of October, 1st of November. Interesting that this peaks right around the election time. They're saying it's absolutely perfect that it's happening right around election time. Yeah. The global focus, the global awareness, the global sensitivities, the global commitments are heightened at that time, up until that time, and during that time. The world actually is more focused and pulled together or pulled within during these times. As things get more intense, we tend to go within and become more committed to our spiritual practices, or our practices that help us to feel better. And as a result of this, we ride the wave better, more fully. So again, what can assist in riding this wave more fully? What can assist in people jumping onto this wave that haven't already got into this wave, is to deepen your focus on surrender, letting go, embracing what is, beingness, love, pulling your focus from the duality, pulling your focus from the fight, pulling your focus from the separation. Go inward and surrender. Surrender the need for control. Surrender the need to be right. Surrender the need to see things from a mindset of separation and duality, but rather embracing all of it, embracing everything that is occurring, will bring you into the state of wholeness, will bring you into this first wave of ascension and assist in the energies rising. Okay, now I'm interested in the process following the first wave of ascension. the process following the first wave of ascension into the second wave of ascension, what that looks like, and what the people of the second wave of ascension are currently experiencing, and what their process will look like as we go into the beyond the first wave. Okay, that's a little undecided at this point. It all depends on what the first wave does. Okay, the higher the first wave goes, the more gentle of an experience we will have beyond the first wave peaking. More gentle of an experience internally for everyone as well as globally for everyone. Okay, what is the most likely projected future based on the trajectory we are currently moving in? Based on where we are right now today, what is the most likely outcome, future, that you can give me around this beyond the first wave? Okay, what is most likely to occur but can be altered? Okay, is a oh wow, this feels big. It feels quite the energy feels quite big and intense, and I'm going to do my best to share what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an influx of those in resistance to what is. So it looks like second wave people beyond. So the first wave, let me backtrack. So the first wave of people, as they ascend, move into more of a peaceful place and more of a supportive role. Having moved beyond the duality, the fight, into more of a peaceful place, they move into more of a supportive role for planet Earth. This could look globally, this could look quite small, like maybe you're just assisting from the sidelines with the energies, right? Or maybe you're out there assisting and supporting in a more of a leadership role, or maybe a coach role, like where you're supporting people to be able to handle and go through all this stuff. You're going to see a lot of that, the supportive role enhance, get bigger. There's going to be people supporting each other in a bigger way, more and more and more as we peak, as the first wave of ascension peaks. Beyond the first wave, those who don't get on the first wave, those who are in a lot of resistance to change, those who have to be right, those who are hanging on to control of any types, those who are resisting what is, will be in for a pretty bumpy ride, even if they are the type of people who want better things for planet Earth, but they are in resistance and to what is occurring. They are in for a bumpy ride. There will be people that are so committed to not letting go of their resistance, so committed to the fight, that they will choose off of this planet. They will die. As a result of that, it will really intensify the pain in a lot of people, which is actually necessary Through pain, through deep pain, we surrender. So the second wave of ascension will need pain, deep pain, to surrender. So they will find themselves in the heat, in the thick of intensity with whatever's occurring on planet Earth. They will attract it, they will create it, they will manifest it around themselves. And this is all for the purpose of getting them to let go of control, basically, and move into a place of surrender. There's a mindset around with many people that if they can control the outside circumstances, if they can control what's going on in their world, that they will be more safe, more at peace, be able to relax more fully. The opposite is what's going to occur here. The more people hang on to control, the more pain it's going to take to get them to break down and surrender and rest into what is occurring, embrace what is occurring. Once they embrace what is occurring, that's when they're able to begin to move onto the second wave of ascension. With all that said, we're not saying that all is going to be miserable and painful. The trajectory you're on actually is a very consistent movement upward, forward. You're ascending meaning moving up, moving to greater and greater levels of higher frequency, greater and greater levels of frequency. It's just as you move up, the underbelly is cleaned. The underbelly is made manifest so that it can be cleaned up, taken care of, healed, looked at, embraced, loved, received, and brought into the wholeness. There's a gathering. If you look at the second wave, you can look at it as a gathering of souls, of all those who have been resistant to the higher levels of frequency, the higher levels of being. It's a gathering of those souls. And an intensifying of the energies will assist in the bringing them forward, in the movement forward. However, there is still free will, and as a result of that, many people will choose to not be here because they cannot tolerate the higher frequencies of energy. They're not in a place to accept them, to receive them for one reason or another, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being in this place. It just means that they're not quite ready. And maybe they need more experiences on a different planet or world or reality. And that's okay. Okay, second wave people. The more you can drop into surrender, embracing of what is. The key is the embracing of what is, the embracing of whatever is occurring, the embracing of the pain, the dropping into the pain, the embracing of the vulnerability of being out of control. You'll move into and onto the second wave of ascension. The second wave of ascension, wow, will be a massive wave that will make a huge difference. You will notice the second wave. The second wave will be more obvious of an ascension than the first wave as it brings in the masses. The second wave is what brings in the masses. And so it will be way more noticeable than the first wave. for the collective. The second wave, based on the trajectory we're currently moving in, it will peak somewhere between 1.5 to 2 years. And it will be magnificent. It will be very freeing. It will be more of a global unity that occurs at that point. Up until the second wave peaks, there will continue to look like there is a lot of separation and a separation between the people. A lot of discord. As the second wave peaks and beyond, there will be a lot of innovation, a lot of new technologies that are brought forth, presented, a lot of creativity, a lot of people's ideas being made manifest. People coming together in more unity to create, to bring forth new ways of living on this planet. Yeah, it's a great, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's incredible. Actually, what I'm being shown is very, very incredible. Following the second wave, everything feels like it exponentially enhances, beautifies. We experience more peace, more fulfillment, more innovation, more connection, more unity, more freedom. Okay, I guess if there's any last pieces around this topic that you want to share with us, open to receiving that. Okay, we get to talk about people's bodies at this point. People's bodies, as they go through ascension, people's bodies are changing to be able to handle the higher frequencies. Okay, we're being changed at cellular level. It's more the frequencies are changing us. The frequencies are, let me look deeper at what the frequencies are doing to the cells of our bodies. Okay, the frequencies that we are in during this ascension are awakening. They are awakening our cells, every cell. New aspects of the cell that have lain dormant are awakening, are being activated. It's like I'm being shown keys put into locks and unlocking different aspects of our cells. As this occurs, science will dramatically change, because we'll be operating on a new systems, it's a new operating system. As our cells awaken these new aspects, it's like opening a door to a whole new world of possibilities that we didn't even know were possible. As this occurs, you will notice things changing within, things that you love to do, to eat, to be a part of, to hear, to smell, to taste. All this will change as your body changes, as your cells change, as you open up to new things. All of this will change. Your senses will be fine-tuned. And as they are fine-tuned, things that smelled good, tasted good, felt good to you will no longer feel good, taste good, and smell good. So you will change. So your likes and dislikes will enhance, fine-tune. Your intuition will heighten. You will understand more, receive more, know more, connect more, be aligned more fully in this next level of beingness on planet Earth, in this next level that we are ascending to. As this occurs, you will tolerate less and less of what doesn't serve you, of what doesn't support the body, of what doesn't support the earth. There will be a natural union that occurs with planet Earth, a natural honoring that occurs with planet Earth. Those who already are highly sensitive have already done this with planet Earth. Those who haven't will move more into a place of aligning with planet Earth and becoming one with her more fully. This will be a part of the wave of new innovations that come forth. Will be that the masses won't tolerate abuse of any kind. I feel grateful. I'm being shown abuses, because we will become so finely attuned to spirit, to our senses, to our emotions, to that new realm, and we will awaken to that new realm. We will no longer put up with abuses of each other, abuses of the planet, abuses of our bodies. And this will be a natural occurrence. It's not something that we will need to fight for. People often talk about the abuse of the planet, the pollution of the planet, the death that is occurring of the planet as a result of our abuse of the planet. But rarely do we talk about how that is a mirror for what we're doing to our own bodies. It's a perfect reflection of what we've been doing to our own bodies. The pollution and the abuse. And as humankind becomes more attuned, this will naturally become eradicated within our own bodies because it will not feel good. If you've noticed, there's been a lot more sickness and pain. The diseases, I hesitate to say disease, because in the human's perception of disease is uncurable in a lot of ways. And what is being made manifest are all these diseases that people are living with. And they all have one thing in common, and that is pain. The pain from these diseases will become so intolerable to humankind as they get more and more sensitive that everything will begin to change. The way we eat, the way we farm, the way we process foods, the way we put things into our air, all of this will change as a direct result of pain in the body. So all the pain that is currently happening in people's bodies more and more acutely these days is all a gift. It's all a part of the ascension of the physical body. And it's all pushing us towards cleaner honoring of the physical body. This will be greatly enhanced during the second wave of ascension. The pain will be enhanced physically as well as emotionally and mentally. During the second wave, you will see a lot of people with a lot of diseases, like sicknesses, pains in their bodies. These are not uncurable. And it is all for us, moving us towards these innovations that we talked about previously. Moving towards cleaner eating, cleaner living, more pure way of life. Okay, this feels like enough. Want to leave you with the need to rejoice, because this is inevitable. This new level of beingness, of harmony, of love, of connection, of innovation, all of this is inevitable at this point. It will happen. All trajectories or all roads lead to this now. We have moved beyond the tipping point. We are now in the, I want to say downward movement, only because downward is easier. We are being pulled forward rapidly into this, and it is inevitable. So the time for rejoicing is at hand. In fact, your rejoicing can actually assist in the ascension and the ease of this ascension.